Today's video is sponsored by absolutely nobody because I don't have enough subscribers to get a sponsorship. But y'all can fix that by subscribing to the channel, so do it. Superpowers. Everybody's wanted one at least at some point in their life. And in my case, I still do. Seriously, do you have any idea how much easier flying would make my life? Or better yet, teleportation. But unfortunately, none of us are going to be able to achieve that. So instead, we're going to be following in the footsteps of a former college athlete who has a son and live vicariously through the characters in this SML movie. The episode starts off with Junior and Joseph wanting to go fly a kite while it's storming. Yeah, I know, pretty dumb, right? Cody's trying to convince them out of it, which I don't even know why Cody even bothers at this point. Like, here's the thing, I can understand the whole Junior thinking that the sun's a planet and all that shit because, you know, he was a kid at the time, so it's just more so ignorance. But trying to fly a kite in a thunderstorm with a key on it just to try to rediscover electricity is beyond stupidity at this point. At this point, it's just natural selection. Like, this is just nature's way of saying, okay, we gotta get rid of these people because they're not fit to live in society. But as per usual, Junior convinces Cody to go along with him and Joseph's stupid plan like always. And big shocker, they all end up getting electrocuted. And somehow, we're able to crawl back inside of the house after that. Like, I get that this show runs on cartoon logic, but even in cartoons, the characters at least have like a scar on them from being electrocuted in the first place. Like, just how durable are these kids? But they end up coming back to the house. All of them are in great deal of pain, which, hey, understandable. You guys got hit with like, I don't know how many bolts of electricity just now. Cody says that he wants some water because he's thirsty, and then ends up turning into a water bottle because somehow that makes any sense. Joseph ends up getting the power of speed and takes a really fast piss. Like, that still doesn't make any sense to me. Like, even if you can run fast, it should still take him the same amount of time as it would a normal person to pee. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too deeply into this. And Junior gets the power of electricity. And honestly, I don't think a kid should ever be trusted with that kind of power. So, now that they've got their superpowers, they do what anybody would do with them. They start using them to mess with people. And by people, I mean Chef Pee-Pee. Because for whatever reason, this show just loves to torture him. First, Cody turned himself into a sandwich to make Chef Pee-Pee want to eat him, just to end up tongue kissing him in the end. Which I'm pretty sure that classifies as sexual assault. He doesn't consent, guys, okay? No means no. Joseph ends up using his super speed to go rob a gas station, and then gets those mediocre ass bills. Like, come on, my nigga, if you're gonna rob a store, you need to go get some real money. And why a gas station of all things? There's a tons of other places that you could have went to go rob. But I digress. Now, surprisingly, Junior of all people actually wants to use his powers for good. But knowing Junior's track record, this doesn't really end up panning out well. Well, more so, his powers just aren't really useful enough to where they could actually help somebody in a substantial way. He goes into the bathroom and sees the Chef Pee-Pee is on the toilet because he's still traumatized from accidentally making out with Cody and wants to throw up. So this man decides to take out his nasty booty cheeks and flagellate in his face to make it happen. So technically he did help, but at the same time, it's not a heroic deed. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not. But all too soon, Junior ends up going to the dark side like them and deciding that he wants to use their powers to screw with people too. But it ends up backfiring on him in a very big and, let's just call it unique way. Meaning Cody fucked Junior's dad. But this is Cody we're talking about, so what more could you really expect from him? He comes back, and Junior and Joseph completely misunderstand his meaning when he said that he was screwing with his dad. Because for whatever reason, he decided to use the analogy of wrestling. My nigga, you talked about gay sex so many times in the show. Why is it this time you don't want to say what it actually is? But as it actually turns out, Junior can actually electrocute people. Then just goes completely mad with power, electrocuting Joseph and Cody so much that they all end up losing their powers from the impact. Now, I didn't have to include this part in it because it's more of a subplot, but I just wanted to because it's hilarious. But at the end, Junior's dad was trying to go back and make moves on Chef Pee-Pee because he still thinks that he actually fucked with Chef Pee-Pee. This nigga definitely gonna be holding Bowser's pocket eventually. Overall, I give this episode a solid 7 out of 10. And in the spirit of following tradition, let's go ahead and answer the SML question. If I could have a power, which one would it be? Teleportation. If you've ever seen the movie Jumper before, you know exactly why. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. Go ahead and hit your boy with a subscribe. And leave a like too, because it helps me out with the algorithm. And if you want to see what I'm doing in my personal life, go hit up my Instagram and my Twitter. And I'll see you all next time. Xavier out.